It's been a week since that weirdo puked on me. I had to send those clothes to the laundry that very minute I told my driver to send her home. She's even living in one of my estate. I found out former keycard. I parked my car in the garage and headed indoors as I loosened up my necktie. With my coat hanging on my right arm, this week has been a very hectic one. The job interviews are killing me. Can you believe almost 80% of those who showed up are unqualified and were just there to get a chance to see me in person? So I had to get a secret room and listen to the interview, which I left Ms. Jerkins and other higher-ranked workers in charge. I walked into the living room only to find the room totally dark and candle lights everywhere. What's going on here?
Welcome home, Adrian. It's been a while.
It's Rosa, my ex-girlfriend. She was dressed in red and black lingerie. She wore her red heels with a rose flower in her hand. She walked up to me and rubbed her left palm on my chest.
I wore your favorite perfume and lingerie. What do you say about us getting heated on like we usually do?
She whispered into my ears. She knows how much effect that perfume has on me, and her slender waist and round smooth ass with her flawless skin I so much wanted to touch. But then I pulled back.
She grabbed my hand and placed them on her boobs and nodded at me to give them a squeeze. I fondled them and was about to kiss her when I stopped.
What? What are you doing here?
I said, stammering.
Oh, I miss you. You gave me a spare key at our last meeting. Have you forgotten already?
She whispered, sending her hands down my waistline as she got hold of my belt.
But...
Shh. I know you want me.
Her hands slowly moving down my waist and brushing her fingers on the tip of little Adrian in between my legs, who was highly excited with how her body brushed against mine. She began to kiss my neck, sucked on them as she licked my earlobe and bit it, making me give out a soft groan even though I tried to hold myself back.
That's it. Just let loose. Let me take you to a different dimension of lovemaking. Allow me to make you feel good with pleasurable satisfaction that you've yearned for. Just...
She held my shirt, unbuttoned it, and my belt was loose as she went down on her knees, stroking me hard but gentle. It's too much to take in. The more I try to pull away, the more she drives me crazy.
Don't you ask me to calm down, you jerk? I just lost my job, and the moment I ran out of that stupid building you tried to kill me, go ahead and kill me.
These words just kept ringing in my head, and the image of her vomiting all over my shirt followed, and before I realized I had pulled away from Rosa.
Baby, what's wrong?
She asked as I zipped my trousers and fetched my shirt.
We are done, Rosa, and I don't want you thinking there's something still going on between us. Yes, you have an effect on me, but this won't last. That blowjob you gave me was insane, and I loved it. But we can't go on like this.
You were the one to ask for the breakup, and not me. I've had a very rough week and a very rough day, and I wouldn't want you complicating things for me, because you only leave me confused every time we spend a night together. I've had enough of this. I don't feel anything for you, and let me make it clear. I don't want to have anything to do with you, so kindly leave my house, I said, and angrily walked out on her. And make sure to leave that spare key behind, I said, and slammed the door at her. Whoa, that was close. Thanks to that fashion wacko I got out. But how could... well, she's the most gross person I've ever met. I owe her one. The next morning at the workplace, we seemed to have more and more people applying for the job. I sat in the secret room, watched and listened to everything that was going on. I just kept on repeating the word next over and over again. It looked like no one was qualified enough. I think we should end today's interview and get some rest, I said to them.
But sir, there's only one person left.
Miss Jerkins said to me. One person? What's her name?
Nicolina Matthews. Today is her third time coming for the interview. Whenever it was her turn, you ask us to end it and have some rest.
Really? I asked, and she nodded. Then let her in. Maybe she might be qualified, I said, and sat with them.
Are you...
Oh yeah, I'm joining you on this one, I replied, and they nodded as they let her in. I crossed my legs and tapped the pen on the desk as the door opened, and I was stunned by whom I saw. Fashion wacko? I said with shock, and she widened her eyes when she saw me.
I'm so sorry.
She said as she turned around, but then I clapped my hand and the doors closed. Come back, young lady. We have an unsettled issue. Come back tomorrow for another interview. You may take your leave now, I said to her with a very strict and serious gaze.
Not again.
What did you just say?
Nothing. I will be back tomorrow, thank you.
She said with a bow and hurried out of the room.
I had no idea he has sharp ears to even hear what I silently murmured to myself. He's weird.
I could hear her mumbling to herself as she hurried away. Wait, why do I hear her mumbling to herself? No, this isn't normal. What's going on with me? Or maybe it's her.